Hi, welcome to my channel, and today I have another theatre vlog for you. So this afternoon we are heading to the Lowry to the press performance of Warhorse. So I have seen Warhorse once before. It was years ago before I even had the kids, and yeah, so I remember really enjoying it, so I'm really looking forward to going and see it again. And yeah, it should be a fun afternoon. So obviously I'll show you around the theatre, I'll show you any merch if they've got any. I'm not sure if there is any merch, but if there is, I'll show you merch. Hopefully we call the curtain call for you and then give you a full review of the show once I get home. So I hope you enjoy this little video. So we've just arrived at Media City. Oh, there's the theatre just behind us. We're a lot later than we expected, and it is a horrible, wet, miserable, rainy day. So we're going to quickly hurry up, get inside the theatre, go to press desk, collect our tickets, and then I'll show you where we're sat. So I'll go back to you now once we're inside. Okay, so we're now inside. I've just bought a magnet, £5. I didn't expect it to have so much merch. Now I'm just going to go and collect our tickets from the press desk. Okay, so we just picked our tickets up from the press desk and our programme. I'm just going to open now and see where we're sat. Okay, so here's our tickets. We're on row S, seats 6 and 7 of the stalls. Okay, so we are on row S, seat 6. We're going in door H, which is just here. Just waiting for Lawrence. You ready? Hello there.
There we go, you're row S.
That's great, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, so we are on row S, seats 6 and 7. There we go, this row. So we are now in our seats. We're on row S, seats 6 and 7. Show's about starting in about 5 minutes, but we're looking forward to it. We have seen Warhorse once before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Before we had the kids, though. Probably about 7, 8 years ago. So yeah, really looking forward to seeing it again. I've got a terrible memory because I can't remember much of it. But I know the puppets were really good at the time.
First bird puppets, I remember that.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll get back to you now in interval and let you know what we think. I'll just quickly show you our view as well. All the safety curtains going up. There we go. So anyway, they're in our seats now. We're on row S, I'm in seat 7, and this is a view from our seat, so it's a good view. It's a slightly side-on view, but I don't think we're going to miss anything. It's not too side-on. Yeah. So we'll probably get back to you now in the interval and let you know what our interval thoughts are. it is now the interval and I'm really enjoying it. What about you?
I want to enjoy it. It's what come back to me is the scenes there, remembering what happens. So.
Yeah, it's visually really good. The puppets are fantastic and the story's really good. Really enjoying it so far. Can't wait for the second half now. Definitely great to want to see what happens next. So yeah, really enjoying it. And I definitely don't remember it from the last time we came to see it. I'm pretty sure the last time I came to see it I was ill on the day we came, so I don't remember much about it. But yeah, really enjoying it. Can't wait for the second half.
Good show.
Hi, so it is now the next day and I thought I'd tell you a little bit about Warhorse, which I went to see yesterday at the Lowry. So I went to the press performance of Warhorse, which was on Sunday the 22nd of September. The show started at 2:30 and it has a run time of approximately 2 hours and 40 minutes. So Act 1 is 70 minutes, then there's a 20-minute interval, and Act 2 is 70 minutes. And the show has a recommended age of 10 plus. So Warhorse did actually have quite a bit of merch. It had a magnet which I did buy, but I'm not sure where Lawrence has put. But it is just the same logo that is on the programme, and that was £5 for the magnet. It also had adult t-shirts for £30 and kids t-shirts for £25. It had a hoodie for £55, it had a tote bag for £15, it had a beanie for £20 and a mug for £12. It also had a keyring for £5 and a pin badge for £5. It had a CD for £12, the novel for £8, the playtext for £12, and then it had the 40th edition novel for £13. That's all the merch that they had. Like I said, I just bought the magnet, which was £5, and then I was gifted the programme, but you could purchase these and these were £6. So that's all merch. So for this show I was sat in the stalls. I was on row S, and we're on seats 6 and 7. I think I was on seat 6, Lawrence was in seat 7. Originally I was in seat 7, and then we had to swap because someone really tall sat in front of me and I just couldn't see anything, so we swapped, luckily just before the show started. But I would say row S is, I think, the first row where the spacing of the seats is slightly off. Usually now there won't be a seat directly in front of you. Directly in front of you is usually the gap between two seats, but when you get to row S, it's not like that. When you get to row S, there is another seat directly in front of you, so you do have a person's head directly in front of you, whereas all the other rows in front, like I said, they're spaced so that it is the gap between the two chairs in front of you. So I would say that is the row, and the rows further back, which is maybe sometimes a little bit more difficult to see if you get a tall person in front of you. If you don't get a tall person in front of you, it's fine, but if you do get someone tall in front of you, it can be a little bit harder to see. So I personally wouldn't buy seats on that row if I could get seats on one of the other rows, just because of the spacing. Sometimes, like I said, if it is difficult to see if someone tall sits in front of you. But once I moved, I did have a really good view, so yeah, I could see really well once I moved to the other seat where there was a shorter person in front of me. So if you don't know anything about War Horse, it is based on the novel by Michael Morpurgo, and it has been adapted for the stage by Nick Stafford. And it tells the story of a young boy called Albert who ends up with a horse called Joey, and he gets this horse because his father is at an auction and his brother bids on this horse, and he and his brother don't get on, and he decides to bid on this horse so his brother can't get it. So a little bit of a bidding war goes on, and Albert's father ends up spending the mortgage money on the horse. So he takes the horse back, and his wife is really annoyed because he spent the mortgage money on the horse. It's not a farm horse because Albert and his family live on a farm, work on a farm, and this horse isn't a farm horse, it's a riding horse. It's not a horse that is made for doing farm work. So his wife is really annoyed because it's not gonna pay for itself. It's by being able to do the farm work. So she has to go to the bank and try and get a extension on the mortgage or something like that, and they hope that maybe once the horse gets bigger and is fully grown, because at the time it's only a foal, they'll be able to sell it and make more money back once it's bigger. So they give it to Albert to train and ride, and he obviously becomes really, really attached to this horse, absolutely loves it. One day his father actually puts a bet on with his brother that he could make the horse become a farming horse and pull a plough, I think it is. And the bet says that if the horse can't do it, his brother will get the horse, and if the horse can, then the brother will give the money for the horse. So what he paid for the horse in the auction, he will give back to him. So luckily the horse is able to do it, and the father gets the money, and he promises Albert that he can keep the horse. However, World War I then suddenly breaks out, and they are offering a lot of money for horses that the officers can use. So when Albert's father hears that they are offering £100 for horses, he actually takes Albert's horse and sells him to the army, much to Albert's distress, because he absolutely has fallen in love with that horse. He was told the horse was his, he could keep it, so he was very distressed once he finds out his horse is gone. So Albert was only, I think, 16, 15, something like that, and you had to be, I think, 19 to sign up to the army, so he was too young. However, he does eventually sign up, even though he is too young, and ends up going to France, where he obviously has to fight in battle, and he's there because he wants to find his beloved horse. Joey the horse also goes on an adventure whilst he is serving the army. He actually ends up working on both sides. He actually gets captured and the other side actually use him for a bit. So yeah, it's a really touching story, really tugs on the heartstrings, and yeah, it's just a really beautiful story. But the story is not the best part about this production. The best part about this production, along with its fantastic cast, are the puppets. The puppets in this are absolutely fantastic. They're world-class puppets, world-class puppetry. You actually forget that these horses are puppets. Even though you can clearly see the puppeteers moving them, they move so lifelike that you just suddenly believe that these are real horses, and you actually get emotional attachment to these horses because they just seem so real. And yeah, the puppeteers are fantastic. But like I said, also the cast for this were amazing. Really good cast, fantastic acting, really good. The person that played Albert was absolutely amazing. I can't quite remember who his name at the minute, but we'll go through the programme. But he was fantastic, really good. You really believed the connection between him and his horse. But yeah, it's a really good story, and the visual aspect of this, it's just beautiful. There's not like a massive set or anything. It's not a big extravagant set. It's really simple. The way it's done is really nice. They do have like a big, it looks like a big tear from a notebook. One of the people in the play, one of the officers who promises to look after the horse, he has a sketchbook where he sketches images from the war and stuff, and he actually sends that to Albert. And this big like tear, it looks like on the set, looks like it's from his sketchbook, and then they project like sketches, his sketches sort of the war on this little tear. It's really good. It's really effective. Really enjoyed that little aspect of the show, the visuals from that. It's just visually a really spectacular show with the puppets and stuff. But like I said, the set is quite simple, but just the way they've done it with the lighting and everything, it just looks fantastic. So yeah, now's probably a good place to go through the programme and show you this and show you the cast. Okay, so this is a programme, and I have to say this is a very high quality programme. It is really nice. It's really thick, there's lots in it, and just the quality is really good. It feels really nice, thick paper, and yeah, I think this is a really nice programme. So here is the front. It says the acclaimed National Theatre production of Warhorse, based on the novel by Michael Morpurg, adapted by Nick Stafford in association with the award-winning Hans Springer Puppet Company. So they're the company that have produced the amazing puppets. So inside we've got an advert for some upcoming shows. So this is for Reincarnation, which is on in October. Then you have some information here. So we have the puppeteers here. So these are all the people that work the puppets. It says there's 12 puppeteers that play Joey and Topthorn in rotation at different performances. So they'll rotate throughout the performances of who is working which horse. So then we have the cast list here. The creative team, the original creative team, the UK and Ireland tour creative team. It says here the length is about 2 hours 35 minutes, including a 20-minute interval. It said the show's world premiere was at the Olivier Theatre at the National Theatre on the 17th of October 2007. So we then have, it's called Echoes. It's a little article here. It says Michael Morpur's reflection on writing Warhorse. That's a nice article there to read. Lots of good information. Then have this, A Crazy Experiment. Nearly 2 decades after Warhorse was first staged, Sarah Hemming looks at the continuing legacy of the production. I've got another article here. It says The Great War. It says an estimated 10 million people died in World War One, a global military conflict which took place mainly in Europe between 1914 and 1918. There's a bit of an information there on the war. And then we have the cast biographies. So we have Rihanna Ash, who is a puppeteer for Joey and Top Fawn. We then have Alexandra Ballinger, who plays Captain Frederick Miller / Alan. It says his first work include Lehman Trilogy at the National Theatre and in the West End, Memorial at the Barbican, A Midsummer's Night's Dream at the Old Red Lion, and that's just some things he's done. We then had Eloise Beaumont Wood. She is the puppeteer for Joey as a foal. We had Ike Bennett, who played Dave Taylor / Thomas Bone. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to go through the whole cast list because it's a very long cast. It's like 35 cast members. I'm just trying to find the main cast. So I'm trying to find the person that plays Albert. There you go. Albert Norcott was played by Tom Sturgis. And like I said, he was absolutely fantastic. There's a picture of him there. His theatre credits include Twelfth Night for the Shakespeare North, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child at the Palace, and The Snow Queen at Birmingham Old Rep. So like I said, I'm not going to go through the whole cast because it's a really big cast, but I'll just show you some of these rehearsal photos that they've got. And every single member of the cast was absolutely fantastic. Some more pictures. So this is now the creative biographies. I do wish though for the cast list they had pictures of each member of the cast at the headshots. It just makes it easier to go through, but never mind. There's then this advert for some other shows, I think. Some of the shows that are done by Michael Harrison Entertainment. So you got Starlight Express, Hello Dolly, Sunset Boulevard, Warhorse, Joseph Made Technicolor Dreamcoat, The Wizard of Oz, and Robin Hood. And they're the 2024 productions. We then have the production credits. I've got an advert for Murder on the Orient Express tour, which I've already seen at the Lowry, and there is a review up on my website. There's also a vlog up as well if you want to see that. There's an advert for Dear England, which is coming to the Lowry in May till June. There's an advert for Ramber's Dance in Peaky Blinders, which is at the Lowry in October. There's an advert for Wonder Boy, which is on at the Lowry in November. Swan Lake, which is on in November, and Come From Away, which is on in December. And then we've got an advert for Inspector Calls, which is on in January. an advert for the Pier 8 restaurant, which is the restaurant inside the Lowry, where you can do pre-theatre dining. And then there's just some more adverts. And that is it. So yeah, it's a really nice program. Like I said, it's good quality. There's quite a few articles to read in there. It's just a shame that they don't have the headshots for all the cast. But other than that, I think it's a great little program. And like I said, it's only £6. So yeah, for me, Warhorse is definitely a 5-star show. I just couldn't fault it. It was absolutely stunning. Everything about it, like the lighting that they used really helped to enhance it. It just visually it looks stunning, and the story is so emotional, so heartwarming. And the cast were just fantastic. They just all delivered fantastic performances. I just couldn't give this show any less than 5 stars. It is just such a fantastic play, and I think it's definitely taken my top spot of plays. It was originally, I think, Ocean at the End of the Lane was my favourite, but I think this has just gone above. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting to enjoy this as much as I did, because 1, I'm not keen on the movie. 2, I have seen Warhorse before. I saw it before I had the kids, so it's going to be at least probably, I don't know, 8-10 years ago, maybe more. Lawrence took me for my birthday, but I remember I was really ill that day and I had to keep going out. So I missed quite a bit of it, and yeah, I just don't remember enjoying it, but probably because I didn't get to watch it properly. But I really enjoyed this. I recommend it to everyone. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's on at the Lowry until the 28th of September. So when this goes up, you probably don't have too much time to get tickets, and plus I think the tickets are limited because it's sold really well, because it is such a good show. But I'll link down below where you can get tickets to the Lowry dates. I'll also link down below its official website so you can see if it's coming to a theatre near you. And yeah, can't recommend this one enough. Really good. So if you do want to read my full review on the show, I will link to that down below. It's on my blog, All About Theatre, and you can find reviews for all the shows that I've seen on there. Also, if you want to keep up to date with any theatre news or read any of my reviews, I do also have a Facebook page which I'm just starting up, so it'd be really great if you could like that for me, because I'll link that down below in the description box. So yeah, it'd be really great if you could go follow me on Facebook as well. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little theatre vlog and reviews. If, like I said, if you do like theatre vlogs and reviews, do consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell to be notified as soon as a new video goes up. I've actually got a lot coming up in the next couple of months. There's quite a lot of stuff coming up. So yeah, there's going to be lots of vlogs, lots of reviews. So like I said, I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. If you have, please do hit a like, don't forget to subscribe. I hope to see you soon. Bye.